Michelle from Ella Riot. What's your name again, man? Alex from the Damwells. Tony from Tony Luca. Michael from Michael Tolcher. And Casey from Alpha Rev. We have Bob from Bronze Radio Return. It's the two-headed Bronze Radio Beast. We have Kit from, what's the band again? The Damwells. Kit from the Damwells. And then Ryan Facchino engineered the whole thing and played some tracks on it. And then today, Kit's good friend Damon here will be playing some beats. So, I now give the floor to 2012 Sixthman Sessions. Thank you. And Andy and I are going to give the mics back, and then we're going to walk down there, because we're fans as well. Arm in arm. Hold on.
Arm in arm. No, you can bring the mic. They got it back up.
Okay,
for that.
I'm new with this.
Charlie did a great job setting this up. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You guys wish us lots of happiness. Now what?
Yikes.
We lost our host.
Where's the set list?
Okay, I'm starting.
You know, being on a boat like this gives you a chance to kind of stop and think sometimes. But it gets you away from everything, you know? Lets you think about what's important. That's kind of what this song's about. You can try to run high beneath the earth. You can find your way into a shell. But if you listen and you see this one thing, well, you can't stop loving. I know the mountains can overwhelm you, and the speed of light can wear anyone out. But when there's all the hope that you're searching for, you just can't stop loving. To the way it was, the way it's always been. Never a road is paved, it's worth the journey in. And the boys turn into men, and you keep on loving. If you wanna feel freer than the wind, and if you want to see the beautiful untold, and take the cup and dream, heart in an open hand. Never stop loving. Back to the way it was, the way it's always been. Never a road is paved, it's worth the journey in. Where the boys turn into men, and you keep on loving. Your eyes will shine like the sun. Your insecurity undone now. You'll be free and found, 10 feet off the ground. It comes in waves.
friends if we keep on loving.
So we realize this is the inner sanctum of Sixthman and all things rock boat. You the alumni. And so seeing as though these songs were written specifically for the next hour or so, and in your ears specifically for you guys, let's all get our heads around that. That's really what this was all about. We thought it would be a good idea to get your involvement here. Seeing as that a lot of you are music purists, you know, and you all have your preferences. We can maybe take a vote by sound of applause, but how many of you prefer to hear stories about songs before, and how many like after? So by show of applause, how many of you like to hear the stories about like the inspiration behind a song before you hear the song? Okay, good night. And those of you that would like to wait till after.
Big difference. That's a good question.
Okay, cool. Then we've got some stories for you. That would be you guys. That's clear.
How we doing, everybody? Such an honor to be here with you folks. Michelle and I and Bob worked on this tune. Boy, how to talk about it. You know, it kind of came from the idea of online dating. And you guys know about online dating and all. A lot of people use it nowadays. It's becoming very common. High success rate, but something about it still seems unnatural to some people, and it's interesting. Kind of people have different takes on it, but you know, I think as long as you meet the right person, it doesn't matter, right? How you meet them, whether it be online or standing in line somewhere. So one of the things we thought about was, you know, I've heard a lot of people say like, oh, you know, I'd love to try internet dating. It's just, I don't know, how do we tell people we met? You know, like how do we say like, oh, we met, I checked out their profile and it was great, and this doesn't have the same ring for some people, I guess, when they're telling their grandkids. So whether you believe that or not, it's just something that I've definitely heard quite a bit in the topic of that.
Definitely. There are also other complexities that went into it, like let alone the storytelling of, okay, how did you meet? For this song in particular, we took it a step beyond what people are familiar with online dating, and you know, you see lots of messages on bathroom walls. What if that is how you met? So that, but actually the human part underneath that of, you know, when you meet somebody and you're actually taking a risk, whether it be just going up to someone and talking to them, or writing it on a wall and hoping something good comes out of it, or online dating. So there's definitely a vulnerability in it that we also explored, as well as the active storytelling and the nerves that come with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So succinct.
Good job.
Stop store. It was carved in the concrete wall. For a good time, said I should call. Took a chance, didn't think I would fall for you. You seem surprised.
You're not like the other guys.
Shared our stories and then we decided we could judge it or we could just try it. They'll talk their words, cast out like stone. Oh, how do sing. Whoa. I left my number on a dirty wall, and here's to hoping someone like you would call. I took a gamble and only re-believed how I want to keep this all a mystery. They'll talk, they'll work, cast out like stone. Oh, how do we tell them? Oh, how do we tell them? Oh, how do we keep on guessing?
Thank you very much.
So Michael Tulcher and I wrote the next song. I remember that we would, it was the first thing of the writing session, the first morning, and I got a note under the door that said he had like a dream or something about writing a song like this. I'll let Michael take it over from that point on.
Well, I know they say the worst story ever told starts with, "I had a dream last night." But in this case, it was just a magical morning, and it's the kind of song where you have these whimsical dreams where you see yourself in a certain place, and it's just awesome. I had a dream last night, I was on television, I was rich and popular, I had a hot girlfriend, I think it was an Olsen twin, she was grown up and I made out with her. Whoa, why did I wake up, whoa, everything was perfect, whoa, I was such a big deal, whoa, how do I get back there? I had a real sweet house, 1,000 friends to party with, I had a smash on the radio, I had a dope gold chain, a closet full of turtlenecks, I was Steve from 90210. Whoa, why did I wake up, whoa, everything was perfect, whoa, I was such a big deal, whoa, how do I get back there? I know they say appreciate the things I have, but I don't really care, 'cause I found out the grass is really greener over there. Whoa, why did I wake up, whoa, everything was perfect, whoa, I I was such a big deal. Whoa, how do I get back there? Whoa, everything was perfect. Whoa, we were such a big deal. Whoa, how do we get back there? You turned this into such a great dream with me, kid.
That was the worst crowd participation ever.
I remember we were like, why don't we say like we're Steve's friend on 90210? And the kid's like, dude, let's say we were Steve. I had a dream last night. I was on television. I was rich and cool like Tony Lou.
Honestly, I have a 2.5-year-old daughter, and we all left the sessions with a copy of the demos on a CD and popped it in the car when we got home and then showed the kids and saw what they took to. Of course, my 2.5-year-old wants me to hear, she wants to hear the Hot Girlfriend song. Hot Girlfriend. What? Fucking torture!
And this one. We laughed for about 4 hours, didn't we?
Oh man, at one point there was a whole story about ninjas, because that was my dream as a kid, but it didn't pan out. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Well, we started off this next one with a couple different ideas we were throwing around, and then we said, you know what? We all kind of one by one declared our silent penchant for well-crafted pop songs. Not like greatest hits of American songbook pop songs, but like Katy Perry pop songs. And we all sat there and said, well, we could spoof the modern pop song for the folks at the Sixthman session audience, or we could put our heads together and really write a bulletproof pop song. What do you think?
And this we is referred to as Michelle over there, and
Michelle.
himself, Tony Luca,
Kidding, all right.
and myself.
It's not easy to write a pop tune. It has to be like easy to understand, hooky, but not like too fluffy. There has to be something. It's hard.
Well, you start with the flawless female vocal performance, and that'll cover a lot of ground.
You gotta stand up when you sing pop. I'm sorry. And there's a lot of lyrics in pop. So, this kind of pop.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Boy, better get your story straight. You said everything was going great. What now? I'm standing here alone, looking in the mirror. Things are getting clearer. And you say I'm the only one you see, but then you'll notice anyone but me. How come you can't make up your mind? You always keep me guessing. Now I know you're messing with my head and my heart. I should've known it from the start. When you gonna learn to love someone for what they're made of? When you gonna learn to love me for me? Always put yourself above. No one's ever quite enough. But when you gonna learn to love me for me? Myself so high, I put the makeup on the shelf. But why then do I get you staring at girls in fancy clothes, the scary stilettos? Hey boy, I guess it wasn't meant to be. I won't let you get the best of me. I'm done with second guessing. I've made up my mind. I'm tired of you messing with my head and my heart. 'Cause baby, that's the best part. When you're gonna learn to love someone for what they made of. When you're gonna learn to love me, and for me, you always put yourself above. No one's ever quite enough. When you're gonna learn to love me for me. Maybe what's inside is more than you wanna see. I don't need to try to be what you want me to be. Open up your eyes and you will see what I see. When you're gonna learn to love someone for what they made of. When you're gonna learn to love me, and for me, always put yourself above. No one's ever quite enough. So when you're gonna learn to love me for me, oh, when you're gonna learn to love me for me.
Give it up to Michelle Chevy. Sure. So this song we're next, right? All right. Wrote this with Bob here and Chris down there. We started our day. I think we met up in the hall and we'd had like a really long night, all of us. It was one of those where we didn't really say anything first. We just all kind of went. Whew. We're like, yeah, okay. Why don't we go to the beach first? So we went to the beach. Had some nice hair of the dog and some breezes and got in the water. And we were just kind of getting to know each other, which was cool. We hadn't met ever before that morning. So we just sat on 3 chairs and talked, got to know each other. And then we were like, let's start thinking of a song. What do we want to do? What kind of imagery do we want? But we ended up landing on a concept called Movie in My Head. And it was just kind of about how we all have different perspectives and the way that the world appears to us based on our own minds and experiences and tendencies and just wiring. So this was all about our movie in our head.
It's hard to see everybody down here.
Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I got a story nobody knows. It changes every day, and that's the way it goes. Sometimes I win, sometimes I fail. Oh, it feels like heaven, and it feels like hell. I never know what I'll find when I'm looking through my mind. There's a movie playing in my head, and I'm the star of it. It's like a book I read, you played a part in it. Sometimes a hero, sometimes a broken man. Oh, it's hard to understand. You see the night, I see a setting sun. Well, I don't really mind if I'm the only one. You see a poor man, I it's only visible to me. There's a movie playing in my head and I'm the star of it. It's like a book I read, you played a part in it. Sometimes a hero, sometimes a broken man. Oh, it's hard to understand. Yeah, it's hard to understand. Sometimes a hero, sometimes a broken man. Oh, it's hard to understand. Yeah, it's hard to understand.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Sometimes when you bring your skill set to the table in songwriting, you know, depending on who you're in the room with, sometimes you feel, this is just speaking from personal experience, and sometimes you're intimidated by maybe someone else's vocabulary of you know, musical vocabulary.
He's just trying to say he was really intimidated by me.
No, it's maybe, you know, song or co-writing is the equivalent of just getting stark-ass naked in a room with strangers and feeling cool about that.
It's actually
you know?
nothing.
You weren't going to
Never
talk.
done that.
I thought we said we weren't going to talk about the hot tub part of our song.
Why don't you stick to singing? We'll tell the stories.
It was the first time I have done three songs.
Your first three-way?
Yeah, three ways, co-write.
First for everything.
Yeah. It's interesting.
We, I think it was it you? I think it was Alex who said three dudes writing love songs in the afternoon. Something really sort of Hallmark-ish and queer, but it hit the nail right on the head, because that's really what it came down to, was I think all of us putting our sappiest sentiments in a pot and coming out with something that actually sounded timeless and interesting at the same time.
Mackenzie had a part that we were really fighting about. That what was it about? You were mentioning some kind of.
It's about two guys that were separated.
No, it was like a lyric. Remember the lyric you had? And Tony was like, I don't know about that. And I was like, no, I actually really like that one. What was
I'm
it?
looking at the lyrics here. Yeah, I don't remember, but I mean we did go through, this song went through a bunch of changes. It just kept changing, you know, which is really cool. I mean, it's about a relationship, so I mean that's kind of fitting for it, you know. It would just keep changing.
I'm a little confused about what this song's about.
Wait, is this the? Yeah, I think I have the right lyrics. Hopefully.
It's called Something About You, aka Blankets on the Floor.
Tension.
She's looking at me, waiting for something I can't see. I'm trying to find the courage to say I shouldn't stay. We wanna believe that no matter what happens, we both know what happens when she's looking at me. It's gonna be a long night. Morning falls and now You're lying beside me, right here beside me. Truth be told, it's okay. It's better this way. Blankets on the floor, my in the door. There's just something about you. My arms won't let you go. Maybe they know that there's just something about you. Something about you. She does it for me. Beautiful end to all I've known. Now, although I try to fight every whisper, I'm getting weaker. Maybe she could save me. That could take a lifetime. Forever unfolds, and now you're lying beside me. You're still right beside me. Truth be told, it's okay. It's better this way. Blankets on the floor, I'm lying the door. But there's just something about you. My arms won't let you go. Maybe they know that there's just something about you. Something about you now.
AKA bed sheets on the floor. We still need to register that song.
This next tune we did was with Casey and Bob. We kind of, with the sessions and the writing that we got to do, we're kind of broken up sometimes. Sometimes you get to work with someone for maybe a couple hours, and then something else would come up. So this tune kind of, we got together maybe like 3 shorter bursts over the time, and it kind of went in and out of a different thing. And it's kind of a spooky tune, like spooky a little bit, spooky.
It's very weird.
It's weird.
It's a weird song.
We're gonna get weird on here from that. Are you guys spooked out yet? sand, making castles to pretend. I don't know why. See you swallow them, picking petals off. One by one I let them go. I don't know why. Dancing in the wind, so hold on tight as we take flight. We're living in a dream where we're all kings and queens, just making up the scenes, and no one's gonna wake us up. Turning inside out, jumping off and upside down. I don't know why. Keep my head above, so hold on tight as we take flight. We're living in a dream where we're all kings and queens, just making up the scenes, and no one's gonna wake us up. Don't wake up, 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 wake up, wake up, wake.
Weird, Tony. It's a weird song.
It won't creak out. Let's lighten it up in here a little bit.
Okay, so Kit and I wrote this song together. But Kit, I need you to. What's the first note there? That's. I didn't actually think I was going to have to play this song, so I had to learn it. I had this part, this chorus that I've been fooling around with for a while, and it was, I couldn't figure out how to get out of it, which is a problem that I have. I can get into a lot of things and I can't get out of them. So I thought that maybe Kit would be the right guy to get me out of this one.
And he was right.
So we sat down and we messed around with some chords and we put some lyrics together. We had a good time. We sat and watched the ocean, we wrote a song, and then we made sweet love to each other.
I'm so happy. That's pretty much, yeah, for 4 days.
A really wonderful day. On the...
Okay.
Yeah, ready? You're in? Yeah. Love you.
I love you too.
Probably a good time to mention that Cabo Wabo is a sponsor of Sixthman Sessions.
Alright.
I'm waking up to fall asleep or fight. God knows love won't make it right. Guess lady luck will break your heart in two if the chips don't fall where they're supposed to. Every day I say I'm gonna try, then I go back to, oh well, never mind. Pray for this ship of ours to finally reach the shore of whatever we're looking for. Which scares me even
I just let it ride. We cry, we cry, and we can't even say goodbye. Baby, we don't even know why. Filled my glass, but I still can't make the call. Listening to Live at Massey Hall. Same record skips in the same old places. Over the words, I love you. Every day I say I'm gonna try, then I go back to, oh well, never mind. Pray for this ship of ours to finally reach the shore of whatever we're looking for. What scares me even more is I don't even care you try to pull me back and forth. I just let it ride. We cry, we can't even say goodbye. And baby, we don't even know why. Pray for this ship of ours to finally reach the shore of whatever we're looking for. What scares me even more is I don't even care you try to pull me back and forth. I just let it ride. You lie. What scares me even more is I don't even care you try to pull me back and forth. I just let it ride. We cry, we cry, but we can't even say goodbye. Baby, we don't even know why.
I love you, Alex.
Thanks, kid.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play with you, but this is on you. So, Tolcher and I, we've been rubbing elbows for a lot of years now, and I know we've both had sort of various impressions of one another at different times in our friendship, but we finally got a chance to write together, and it was like we were signed, and we were both pretty stoked about it. So we set out to write, and I think, you know, we each wanted to kind of maybe depart from our own style and partake of the other person's style, which meant that we kind of crossed each other out. We sat there kind of trying to shape up some type of like really heavy-duty, you know, rock thing that was sort of had some political overtones, and we really got heavy quick, you know, and we started just kind of looking at each other like, you ready for this? You want to do this? Are we going here? We gonna do this?
I think we started with like, I'm so sick of them searching grandmothers in wheelchairs at the airport. Like, enough already. We're like, yeah, no more cameras on the streets. Nah, yeah, F that. We're going hardcore, so we're walking around the boat hardcore, and we look at each other and go, do you like this? No, me either. This sucks.
Who am I to say something like that? And who are you?
Right.
So we did. We walked around the boat, kind of got some fresh air, and then we were just kind of like, you know what? Yeah, let's step away from that. Let's go to the bar and have a couple beers. So we went to the bar, had a couple beers, and next thing you know, within a very short period of time, light bulb goes off over Tolcher's head, and I'm all in. And we went back down to the room and kind of just nailed this one out in a very short period of time. It was a great sense of relief to step away from, you know, our anarchists. I don't know if you want to go into the details of the song itself, but that's sort of the backstory of the backstory.
Well, I just remember cracking up with you for several hours while we tried to think of the most preposterous things we could. For some reason, I probably wrote 1,000 very serious, heartfelt, sincere songs, and my last 6 months, I think, have produced 6 comedies. So, but this one is a very true and sensitive story, and it's not true at all. We were like, why don't we write about meeting a girl? You know, because as it turns out, we both like girls. And this is what we came up with. She was sitting by herself. She had on a short skirt. She had legs for days and a face for a magazine. Well, I was on my 5th beer. I stared until my eyes hurt. Well, she was by far, hands down, the finest thing I'd ever seen. So I bought her a shot. She waved me over. It was gonna happen, no doubt. Then we started talking, and it was just crazy how it turned out. We both backpacked in Europe. We loved shooting pool. We fought in Iraq. We ran track in school. We both loved to party. We both loved to cook. The Da Vinci Code is our favorite book. It was just like a dream. She was out of this world. But we had too much in common. We both like girls. So then Tony said, you know what? He said, well, I'm not giving up, because you really never know. She could be a swinger with a buzz and an open mind. Well, then her girlfriend showed up, and she was every bit as beautiful. I was in the right place at the right time. I put 2 and 2 together. I came up with 3. I thought we were good to go. She was just like us. We started talking, and wouldn't you know, all 3 of us, we all backpacked in Europe. We loved shooting pool. We fought in Iraq. We ran track in school. We all loved to party. We all loved to cook. The Da Vinci Code is our favorite book. It was just like a dream. They were out of this world. But we had too much in common. We just like girls. We just like girls. So I was like, okay, it's A-game time. I said, ladies, if you will please excuse me, I'm going to use the restroom. So I went in and enlisted the talents of the bathroom attendant. I put some polo on one side and some Drakkar on the other. I shaved. Turns out dude's a hairstylist, so he styled my hair. Put some lotion on and put a bunch of mouthwash in, practiced my stares in the mirror, put some mousse in my eyebrows. I was ready. So I walk out there, you know, with that little strut that Tony and I work on sometimes. I get to the bar, and they were gone. I was like, God! And I said to the bartender, hey man, where'd the girls that were sitting here go? He's like, oh, they left. I was like, they left? He's like, yeah, they're gone, man, but they were wasted. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, man, I don't know where they went, but they left you a note, you know. So I'm thinking, oh, good, maybe they told me where they're going, you know. So I opened up the note, and it just said $127.48. I was like, man, I mean, you know, when you just hit it off with somebody and you just feel like soulmates, and I was running through it in my head going, we were all perfect for each other. We fought in Iraq, we played pool, we loved the Da Vinci Code. And then it just dawned on me. I know who I'm not taking home. I know who I'm not taking home. Those girls.
Thank you guys so much for giving us this honor to share these songs with you, and it really was a wonderful time getting together and getting to know these people, and you know, working together. It's just a privilege to share the stage with each other. Thanks again, and we'd love to see you guys. I think everyone has shows the rest of the day, so come on out and check us all out.
Another very big thank you to Sixthman too for putting this whole thing.
Big time.
Working for everybody. Awesome guys working for all you folks, and it's incredible to see.
And if I could throw one more big thanks to Brian Fakito, if you had been on the tour, yeah, give it up for Brian.
Engineer extraordinary, guitar player extraordinary.
He engineered all these sessions, and there were actually there were some songwriters from Kayama who were on there, and he was doing that, and he was up till 4 in the morning, and he did a fantastic job. So thank you, Brian Fakito. Thanks, David, over there for helping us out too.
I'd like to close with this one here, and you guys can sing along, because I think this is a song we all kind of know, especially if you're a rock boat veteran.
I put in the nice prayer, was feeling mighty happy. Just need to find a place where I can lay my head. But hey, mister, can you tell me where a man might find a bed? He just grinned and he shook his head, but no was all he said. Keep your load off, Fanny. Take your load for free. Take your load off, Fanny. Put the load right on me.
Go down, Miss Moses, there's nothing that you can say. Who's waiting here, he's waiting on a judgment day. Said, who can tell where a man can lay his head? Said, do me a favor, won't you stay and keep it in the company? Yeah, take your load off, Fanny. Take your load for free. Take your load off, Fanny. You put the load right on me.
Packed up my bags, we're looking for a place to hide. When I saw Carson and the devil walking side by side, say, now come on, let's go downtown. He said, well, I gotta go, but my friend can stick around, yeah.
Take your load off, Fanny. Take your load for free. Take your load off, Fanny. Put the load right on me.
You